Ninth on the grid, number 50, Your Head, 153.444, and 10th, number 87, Samantha Evans, just walked in. Mike Evans, former champion, 155.257, 87, 9th and 10th. 11th, number 5, Neil Chapman, best lap of 5.994, and 12th is 42, Pippa Tanner Wood, 1.159, 5 and 42, 11th and 12th. 13th is number 40, Mike Upton, 158.3, and 14th, number 52, Roger Watton, 159.643. TN52, 13th and 14th. 15th is 36, Roger Waite, 2.540, his best lap in qualifying, and 60th, number 22, Peter Begley, 2 minutes and 5.3. 36th and 22, 15th and 16th. And completing the grid, number 60 is with a best lap of 2 minutes 10.040. Right, with little persuasion, Mike Evans has been persuaded to join in. The car's making their way round to the... Hello, Mike. How's the world of Clubmans racing?
Hi, Ian. The world of Clubmans racing is doing not our best grid so far this year.
No.
A lot of people on holiday doing other things, but Brands, in a month's time, we've already got 30 entries, so we've already got a full grid there.
That's Brands. That's
yes.
Not here at Auckland Park, which is your home circuit, like it's my home circuit.
Indeed, it's the best circuit in the country. So why are all these people not here? We've got a few people being ill. We've got Michelle Haywood and Morris Hart, who both have had ailments, and Michelle's got a course of chemo that she's just started, so which is not it's underway, and then Morris has had a problem, and he's now back here. He's wishing he was out on the track and supposed to be doing Brands.
Right. So on par here then, well, we've got the championship. Is it going to be won today? It could be, couldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think James. Somebody's told me James has already won it, but I mean he has in essence anyway, and he's flying. And obviously, we've got Cody back out. Cody's missed a few races while they've been trying to sort it, so they're getting closer. So he's there, and I'm sure he'll give James a run.
Yes, I mean Cody drives a Phantom P94, which tells us it's 1994, whereas James's car is a full-blooded works car, isn't it?
That's right. It's a car that Alex Chamkin drove last year, so it was a new car last year. Alex Chamkin looked at it last year and obviously got it. He won the championship last year, so it's the latest state-of-the-art car.
And James is a pretty quick driver, to say the least.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, phenomenally quick, very talented lad. Obviously, he's won all the rounds bar the Donington.
Well, yeah, what happened there? He had a misfire.
Had a misfire with it, and they've actually only sold it this morning. They've been on rolling roads and done things like that, and then had problems yesterday, and they found a melted wire in the wiring loom. They stripped the loom out and found a melted wire in there, so they've only cured it with about 5 minutes to go before practice.
Really?
Yes.
Gosh.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It's the magic of Alton Park. Yeah. But the race gets underway then, Chris. I'm sure you're ready for all the Clubmans cars to land in your lap at Cascades. But needless to say, in the lead from pole position is James Clark.
Yeah, and he's still got that lead at the moment by a comfortable margin, to be fair. Cody Tree's in a very lonely second place as it stands. And I think dropping down to fourth has gone Steve Dickens, but I'm just trying to work out which car got up to third place there.
Mike, if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got our TV pictures here. So, fired by who it is in third place. So I'm sure you won't be, Mike. So who is it? Third.
So have a look.
I think in the third row. So Steve Collier's gone backwards.
Right. Who was it? Hang on, I can see now.
Matt Jagotti.
So it's Paul in the CSPA car with Steve Dickens on his tail. So Paul's a lad from Stockport in the A-class, what we call Classic Clubman's A-class car. So Paul's a local lad with a lot of knowledge over Alton Park.
And gaining a place.
Well, he held it. Yeah. He was already up in that third. Steve Dickens tried to come at him, but he fell off, and that meant that Dickens now fallen back into the clutches of Steve Collier.
That's right. Steve's another lad who's really his second year with Clubmans. He's really coming on strong. Not a youngster like James and Cody indeed, but Steve has raced Clubmans for numerous years.
Right, back to your day.
That's right. Yeah, hopefully I'll be out challenging him soon. So there, here we see posters on the TV screen as James Clark takes over the line and already got a side from Cody.
Yeah, just explain the different classes quickly if you could, Mike.
Yes, CSP1 is for up to 2 litre production engine cars with having 200 brake horsepower at the flywheel, and we allow motorcycle cars in there as well, so we have 200 brake horsepower motorcycle. Then CSPA is the old classic Clubmans A-class cars, which are very similar, 185, 190 bhp, right. But they can only have older style brakes on them. They haven't got all the modern aero technology, so they are slightly some of the fast pedalers like Mark Charters, and obviously Paul here is showing the potential of those.
Are there any of those cars still around?
Yes, yes.
But they don't come out often enough.
No, that's right. With the demand classic Clubmans series, and we've obviously got a few here. Obviously got Paul, I'm sure, Mark, France. So, but it's good. No, they still get up there. There's still similar performance. Seem back slightly, Steve.
We'll come back to the performance in a moment, because you've got them heading towards Clark. I won't say them, it's him.
Yeah, he and Cody Tree are already gone. Steve Dick in third place now, and he's taken with him Steve Collier in that wonderful number 32. I love the front on that one, looks fabulous. And that means that the number 10 car, Paul Mark, was in third, has dropped down into 5th place now.
Yeah, we didn't quite see how that happened.
I think that Steve Dickens had got him before we got to Shell Oils,
right.
But I think he tried to come back at him, and it unsettled him on the exit.
Yeah, Steve Dickens is a bit of Clubmans drivers, isn't he?
Indeed, yes.
His father Arthur was pretty successful.
Yeah, Arthur was in his day, and here he helps run the car with Steve, so yes.
And Arthur's dad, Les, the man who managed Silverstone's requirements for many years. Yeah,
indeed, no. Family affair of motorsports in the blood.
So through they come. Clark's lead already 6 seconds, 5.9 seconds over Cody Tree, and it'll just go up and up and up. Just a 15-minute race. Why are they? You're happy with these shorter races, are you?
Yes. No, this is the format that seems to work. That we have, like here, a one-day meeting. We have one practice and 2 races. 2-day meeting, we'll have 1 practice, 3 races. Yeah. Anglesey, we actually had 4 races, which Anglesey is a tough track. So the guys of my age knew about it at the end of it.
You're still recovering. Okay. Well, James Clark just running away with it now. He's now what's going on for 2nd place, 3rd place?
Yeah. So I guess we've got. Steve Dickens and Steve Collier. Now here also there's a good dice going to Graham Wilson. So Graham Wilson and then Alan Cook, both in very similar Mallet cars. They are. Graham is new to the series this year, driving Peter Richards' car.
Yes. Before, yeah.
No. So Graham is a local lad near Burwoodsley, not far away from here. This is first year, and he's just coming on and on stronger and stronger. And he and Alan Cook have been having some cracking races this year. And obviously we see Steve with Steve Collier going up Clay Hill there.
Yeah, where is Walsley? I want to know.
Yeah, it's near Tassenhall.
Okay, right.
Not far away at all.
Not far from here at all, no, that's right, yeah. Right, so, sorry, Chris, we've jumped over you.
That's all right, I'm enjoying the racing.
Right, so the lead that James Clark is just building up is unapproachable, I would say. Cody Tree in 2nd place, 8 seconds adrift now, as they've both gone through completing their 3rd lap. So it'll be Steve Dickens, is it next through?
Yes,
Steve Dickens and Steve Collier right behind him.
So they've just gone past us and Paul Masters, and then we have Graham Wilson and then Alan Cook here having a good old dice. They're the 2 of them, those who tailed tall.
Yeah, 47 Graham Wilson just ahead of Alan Cook.
Yeah, and then we go to Gio Thornton, who's the first of in car number 20, the first of the CSP2 cars. So he's there, and then 2nd in class is my daughter Samantha Evans there, just ahead PB car of Tom Muirhead.
Do you think she'll ever race anything other than a Clubmans car?
She's had to go in single seaters. She went all the way to Belgium to have to go in electric single seaters. So you never know.
It could happen.
It could happen indeed.
You need to explain these cars all, of course, front engine, but you was built this year. I mean, they're in the CSP, whichever it is.
And 2 classes, they can be current cars, and obviously I know.
Problem for Cody Tree. He's stopping down here. I thought he was coming down slow. Sorry, guys, but as he was 2nd, I thought I'd just jump in and let you guys know.
Thanks for that, Chris. Yes, so Tree.
That's a pity because they've been having problems, and they're saying they've actually missed a few while they tried to develop the car and get that, but obviously something's bitten them there.
No fruit today.
Indeed, which is very sad.
For the pit lane.
So.
Right, so thank you, Chris. Anybody else you've got in your division at the moment?
No, they'll be making their way back towards it. Although there is a cracking fight here, the 87 and 58 cars. of Evans and Muirhead. They're glued together.
Yeah, so Samantha Evans in the 87 car, so that's CSP2, so she's running second in E2 with Tom Muirhead as the leading CSPB car on the tail.
Yeah, 2 is led by Matthew Gauthier Thornton, isn't it? Car number 20.
Yeah, coming over the start-finish line now. So again, that is another Phantom car, not as new as the one that James driving, but another high-specification Phantom car.
And whilst we've been rabbiting, the lead that James Clark has now is nearly half a minute.
Yeah, though he's the Stappen of the Clubmans world. He's definitely off and gone on that doing Stappen. I do remind him of this, the prize giving after the meeting.
Yeah.
So we've got Cody in, and he's got absolutely covered at the front of the car in grass. So it looks like excursion somewhere.
A self-inflicted wound.
Yeah, maybe. So whether that's upset the cool or something like that. So, or the brakes. I know he was having problems with brakes.
Well, let's hope again for the later race so that he can.
Yeah, we've got I think about 3 hours now to try and get the car later on and everything like that. It's the beauty of having a gap between the races.
So minutes remain. Chris, what's happening at?
Well, this is fight at the moment is that second and third together. Dickens has still got Collier, number 32, over the back of him as they went through here. That's second and third on the road, and of course in the CSP.
The Battle of the Steves.
Yes, exactly.
And then in fourth place, Paul Masters. In fifth place, Graham Wilson.
Yeah, and then Alan Cook in sixth. So this is it. So fifth and sixth. When those.
Tom Muirhead leads CSPB.
Yeah. And we got Steve Dickens and Steve College just coming over the start finishing line. No, so there's a good dice for third, fourth, a good dice for fifth and sixth.
One thing you have to be aware of these cars. They're very quick, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, they don't at lap times.
No, they are surprisingly quick cars to drive. They are lovely cars to drive. And this getting thinking that they're going to be just two all round, but after a few laps, the next everything's like that. They are very quick, very powerful cars. Nice and power to weight ratios gives you good performance, but they have really good road holding.
I was going to say they're quick through the corners as well,
yeah,
aren't they?
Yeah, indeed. So Tom Muirhead's got Panther here, so I don't know what's happened there, whether someone just had an indiscretion or something.
You're entitled to shout, come on.
Indeed, so they'll be asking questions later on.
Back to Chris, anything going on at Knickbrook at the moment?
Well, coming down towards us now is the number 7, Dickens, sat there in second place with Collier. Still, I mean, he's not necessarily positioned to make a lunge. I mean, what is this circuit like for these cars to be able to overtake?
Yeah, it's not too bad. You've got down into the chicane where you're commentating, and then just Old Hall you can. I raced here 2 years ago and got Cody going in Old Hall. He defended on the inside. I was stayed on the outside of the normal line, and then as slowly I sort of got past him and down to Cascade. So it is quite good. You can manage it. I mean, Alton is a good circuit, and if you know it, there are quite a few nice places to overtake.
Do you go back as far as Aintree? Do you ever race
Yes,
at Aintree?
yes,
I thought you meant.
Indeed.
That's a giveaway.
Yeah, really show my age. And I was up there getting a fuel tank a few weeks ago.
Oh,
and actually went and had a look at the track.
Oh, still quite circuit, still there.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. But this is it. A lot of people are conceived at Alton Park or something, or born here, or whatever.
But you recognise Aintree.
Yeah, yes, indeed. So.
Right, is this the Battle of the Steves going on? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got Steve Dickens and Steve Collier here, nose to tail.
I thought for essentially Steve Collier, the red car sat there in third place, number 32, was about a lunge coming down in towards Cascades, but I think he was just trying to psych him out more than anything else. Into the pits comes 17 Cook.
That's Alan Cook, yeah, so with a problem here. So he's got a load of grass in the radiators as well, so obviously he's had an off.
Oh, and sliding wide there as he comes out of Britain chicane, number 7, but he got the car back under control before he went grass cutting, and so he still just kept through his lops.
Yeah, they're coming through in front of me, and I don't think that seems to have cost him in the slightest as they come through Knickbrook heading up Clay Hill. And there's still probably about 2 or 3 car lengths and growing in the power up over the hill.
Like if you were Steve Collier, what would you reckon was the place you could make a move to get the place?
You've got to hear through Druids. This is one of the key corners. So and then you need to down into Lodge if you're quick there. You can, yeah, he's having a look, but no, there's not quite enough room, was there?
Well, there would have been attempted to have been a modern young driver single-seater category, wouldn't there?
And they both ended up in the gravel, yes.
Yes, quite.
So yeah, again coming up to the old hole, then you've got Steve right on Steve's tail and everything like that. So, but it's quite interesting, Chris, about the commentators saying about the nose of Steve Collier's car, because Mark, fellow commentator who did at Snetterton, was rather disparaging about that, and there was a bit of correspondence afterwards. But it was pointed out it was from a Le Mans car that was really quick, and somebody told Steve Collier, do it like this and it will work, and sure enough, it does seem to be working. He's really brought that car on this year with this new design of the.
It looks brilliant. I've always thought it looks great. Maybe it's because it stands out. And but the last time I saw it was when you guys were at Silverstone, and I think he started off that day with quite a lot of bad luck, sadly. But I think he got it sorted by the end of the day, from memory.
That's right. Yes. No. Indeed. He spent a lot of time working on the car over the winter. And then yes, he was going well at Silverstone, but kept having reliability problems, so didn't finish. Yes.
So who was rude about it?
Mark Werrell.
Mark Werrell.
Yes, yes. And
I mean, it probably is a Marmite thing. You look at it, it probably is Marmite. But for me, I look at that, and maybe it is. It reminds me of something.
You shouldn't slag off Marmite even if you don't like it, should you?
True, true.
That's indeed.
That's the yeast you should do.
Yeah.
Right, just catching up with what young Mr. Clark's up to. He's done 8 laps. His lead is a week, and he is now on his last lap. I don't think even he could do a lap time sufficiently quick to get himself 2 more laps.
Yeah. Well, he's just gone past me, so it probably isn't going to be far off, I must be honest, because he's already going up over Clay Hill.
Oh, yes, actually, you might get another lap in the way he's going. That's right. So this is lap 9. I suppose you aim for a 10 lap, don't you?
So we've still got the finish line, finish line. We've got Steve Dickens with Steve Collier, the pair of them still nose to tail there. So Steve's got the last lap now to try and overtake Steve Dickens.
Well, that's assuming that James doesn't complete this lap in the next 15 seconds or so.
Ah, okay, we may have one more, mightn't we? So.
Which might give us, what's the countdown? 22 seconds. Where is he?
Oh, I tell you, he's just gone past me now. I was looking at the wrong car. It was same colour, but Steve.
You got us all excited there.
I know. It's wishful thinking. That's what it was.
Oh, I feel like a deflated balloon now. So,
but I built you up for a while there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Next time through, it'll be the checkered flag for James Clark. His lead is a ludicrous 41.3 seconds.
Yeah, so definitely doing a Verstappen here. So I've tried to have words with him to slow down before, but it backfired on me. He went even quicker.
But he's got no money, has he? I mean,
here he comes now. He's just taking the flag now. So
yeah, well there he is. Another utterly dominant win for James Clark. And as I say, he's got no money, so all he could do is win as many races as he can, get a reputation, and hopefully somebody will. That's
right. And I think he's Formula Ford again in a few weeks' time, because he's done some Formula Ford racing, which he was quite. And I guess the festival and the Walter Hayes meetings, one of those, I'm sure he'll drive one of those events.
Yeah. I think he did the Walter Hayes last year.
Yeah.
So, Walter, have you done Formula Ford?
I've driven the Formula 4, but I've never raced them. Okay. I must admit, I got too used to driving nice Clubmans cars to driving ones that slide everywhere. We are Steve Dickens and Steve Collier nose to tail.
Yes, 7 in front, so it just makes it ahead of Steve Collier. Still to come, in 4th place, 10 Paul Masters. And he will take
class or CSPA
class. Yes. And then in 5th place, 47.
There's Paul Masters, yeah. So Graham would be quite happy as alone to see Alan Cook, who was dicing with, disappear. And then we've got Matt Gauthier Thornton as the leading CSPB. Matt is, yes. So it'll be to see Matt out in the CSP1 car. He's really come on this year.
Is that going to happen?
Well, I'm not sure, but maybe you never know next year. But obviously he had some real dices with Michelle Hayward, who was last year's CSP2 champion. So they had some. No, Matt is a fast driver, as is Michelle, and obviously Michelle's been out in the CSP1 car this year.
Right, well, Mike, thank you very much. You go and do the podium, so I'm not going to need to walk down to the podium, because you don't bother with one, do you?
No.
You get your own little world.
Well, at the end of the meeting, indeed. So,
okay, all right, we'll pop up later if you feel like it.
If I'm allowed, hopefully I haven't upset.
Well, what do you reckon, Chris?
Definitely from me.
Oh, that's a good vote. All right then, thank you very much and speak to you later.
Yes, cheers.